Hello everyone. I hope you all are safe and healthy. As you all know that in the present scenario due to lockdown we have to stay at our home, and yes, we also have to study from home. So let us start with our chapter 1, that is number system. In today's session we will be reading about rational and irrational number. So let us start our chapter. What is number system? For starting our chapter, firstly we have to start with introduction, that is, what do you mean by natural numbers? Any counting number starting from 1 and continue to infinity, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. All these numbers are known as natural numbers. Now, what do you mean by whole numbers? Whole numbers are the numbers that contain all the natural numbers and 0. For example, these numbers include 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Now, what do you mean by integers? Integers are the numbers that contain all the whole numbers, all the natural numbers and also all the negative numbers. For example, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. All these numbers come under the category of integers. You can see from here that all the negative numbers, all the positive numbers and also 0 are included in integers. So basically integers is the collection of negative numbers, whole numbers and natural numbers. Now you can see from the figure that integers contain whole numbers and whole numbers contain natural numbers. Now, as you have read that we have some positive numbers, we have some negative numbers. For example, 45 is a positive number, 72 is a positive number, -21 is a negative number, -72 is a negative number. Now, can you please identify the type of the given number? For example, what is the type of 25 by 13, 13 by 14, and what is the type of -2 by 7, -30 by 11, 16 by 12? So, you can see that the first type, that is 25 by 13, is known as fraction, while -2 by 7, it look like a fraction, but in actually it is not a fraction. Why it is not a fraction? Because 2 by 7 contains a negative sign, that is -2 by 7. So a fraction cannot be a negative, because if a fraction is negative, how can you divide any number in negative? What do you mean by fraction? Fraction is a part of a whole. That means you have to divide a number into some parts, and out of that parts you have to take some amount of part. So how can you divide a piece of cake in negative number? Okay. So all these fractions that have negative sign in front of them, these are known as rational numbers, not fractions. So this is the basic difference between fraction and rational number, that fraction can never be negative and rational number can both be positive and also negative. Now, what do you mean by rational number? Any number which is of the form of fraction, like 1 by 2, 3 by 4, etc., these all are known as rational numbers. Now, the collection of rational number is denoted by capital Q. What do you mean by rational number? From where the rational number word came? What is the meaning of rational? Now let us study this. Rational comes from the word ratio. That means any number in the form of ratio is known as rational number, and capital Q comes from the word quotient. Now, what is the actual definition of rational number? A number R is known as rational number if it can be written in the form of P upon Q. But the condition is both P and Q should be integers and Q can never be equal to 0. So you have to find the answer why q can never be equal to 0. You have to answer this. Take some time and think about the question. Okay, the reason is because if in any number, if the denominator is 0, then the number will become infinity. It will no more be the number, it will become infinite. So that's the reason we should never take denominator is equal to 0 in any rational number. Now you have to answer if minus 25 is a rational number or not. You all know very well that minus 25 is an integer, negative number. So you have just to answer that is minus 25 a rational number or not. Now the answer for this is minus 25 can be written as minus 25 upon 1, because we all know that any number, any single number can be written as denominator 1. For example, minus 25 is written as minus 25 upon 1. Then also the value will be minus 25. So in this case, we can say that p is equals to minus 25 and q is equals to 1. From here we can see that both p and q are integers where q is not equal to 0, that is q is equals to 1. So from here we can say that minus 25 is a rational number because it can be written in the form of p upon q. Now from this we can conclude that the rational numbers include natural numbers, whole numbers and integers. All these numbers are rational numbers. Now decimal expansion. The decimal expansion of rational number is terminating and non-terminating repeating. What do you mean by terminating number? Terminating number means any number which terminates, which ends. And non-terminating number means any number which does not terminate, which keep on going. And non-terminating repeating. Repeating means the number which repeats itself. For example, 1.12 is a terminating number because it terminates after 1, 2. Non-terminating number 1.11, 12, 13 and so on. This number is non-terminating. This number keeps on going. Now non-terminating repeating. Non-terminating repeating means 1.12, 12, 12 and so on. This means the number keeps on going but the unit 1, 2 is repeating. So regarding this concept we will talk later. So you have to find the actual meaning of terminating, non-terminating and non-terminating repeating number. So now let us understand a question that how to find the rational number between any two numbers. For example, let us say that we have to find the 5 rational numbers between 1 and 2. How will you find any 5 rational number between 1 and 2? So let us see the solution. First of all, you have to see how many rational numbers have been asked. In this question, we have been asked 5 rational numbers. So first step is you have to add 1 in 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. Step 2. Step 2 is that you have to multiply and divide the given numbers by 6. Why 6? Because 6 came from step 1. So the given numbers are 1 and 2 in the question. So you have to multiply both these numbers by 6 and also divide both these numbers by 6. So what will you get? If we multiply and divide 1 by 6, that is 1 into 6 by 6 and 2 into 6 by 6, then it will become 6 upon 6 and 12 upon 6. From these resulting numbers, we can see that denominator is same, that is 6, and numerator is different, that is one is having 6 and one is having 12. So you have to write the 5 numbers that lie between numerators, that is you have to write all the numbers that lie between 6 and 12. What are the numbers that lie between 6 and 12? That is 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. So you write all these numbers, and in denominator you have to write the 6, 6, 6, 6 and 6 because it is common for all the numbers. So these are the numbers that the question has been asked. Okay. So next topic is, what do you mean by rational numbers? Any number S is called irrational if it cannot be written in the form of P upon Q, where P and Q are integers and Q is not equal to 0. So this is the basic difference between rational and irrational number. That is, rational number can be written in the form of P upon Q, while irrational number cannot be written in the form of P upon Q. So what are the basic examples of rational numbers? Any number which is not a perfect square is known as irrational number. For example, under root 2, it is not a perfect square. Under root 3, it is not a perfect square. Under root 4, you have to find the answer of this. Is under root 4 a rational number or irrational number? That is, can you write under root 4 in the form of P upon Q or not? You have to find the answer. Again, under root 5, is under root 5 a perfect square or not? Obviously under root 5 is not a perfect square, so that's why it is a rational number. Now coming on the decimal expansion of irrational number, its decimal expansions are non-terminating, non-repeating. That means the decimal expansion of irrational number will not terminate and will not repeat. So let us discuss it in brief by some examples. First is terminating number, like 1.2. This number terminates itself after 2. 3.5 terminate itself after 5, that is 5 is the last digit. Now non-terminating, repeating, that means you can see from the example that 1.12, 12, 12 and so on. This number keeps on going, it never ends, so this is non-terminating. And second point, the block 1 2 1 2 1 2 is repeating, so that's why this number is known as non-terminating, repeating. Now non-terminating, non-repeating, this means, as you know, non-terminating means the number keeps on going, and non-repeating means the value will not be same, that is 1.1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and so on. You can see that not a single digit has been repeated and the number is not terminating. So that's all for terminating and non-terminating, repeating, etc. Now you have to answer this. If you are given a number P, a rational number, and Q, irrational number, then what would be the result of P plus Q? That means either P plus Q will be rational or irrational. You have to answer like this. Second, P minus Q, P into Q, P divided by Q. You have to answer this, that if P is rational and Q is irrational, that what will be the result of all these? Will it be rational or irrational? You have to solve it in your notebook. Now coming on to next topic, that is based on some questions. You have to locate rational and irrational number on number line. So let us first comes to rational number, that is locate 5 by 4 on number line. As you have learned that 5 by 4 is a rational number because it is in the form of P upon Q, where P and Q both are integers and Q is not equal to 0 and Q's value is 4. So how can you locate a rational number on number line? So let us see this. 5 upon 4. 5 upon 4 can be written as 1 plus 1 by 4. That means 1 plus 1 by 4. What you can see from here that 1 is a whole number and 1 by 4 is a fraction. So what you have to do, you have to locate 1 and then 1 by 4 on a number line. So let us see this. 5 by 4 can be written as 1 plus 1 by 4, where 1 by 4 is a fraction, and in this fraction 1 is a part and 4 is a whole. That means out of 4 you have to take one part, then that one part will be known as 1 by 4. So let us see. Firstly you have to draw a number line like this. As you can see, 5 by 4 is equals to 1 plus 1 by 4. So firstly locate the 1 sign on number line, that is 0 to 1 is 1. For 1 by 4, what you have to do, you have to divide 1 to 2 into 4 equal parts. This is necessary that all the parts should be equal. You have to divide 1 to 2 into 4 equal parts. And how many parts you have to take? 1 by 4. You have to take one part out of 4. That is, the first point after 1 on number line will be 1 by 4. You have to take 1 plus 1 by 4. So starting from 0, you go to 1 and then 1 by 4. Then that part will be 5 upon 4. I hope you can understand it from the number line as I have mentioned here, that is 0 to 1 is 1 and just the next line of 1 is 1 by 4. So 1 plus 1 by 4 is 5 by 4. So that part is 5 by 4. I hope you understand this from here. Now what you have to do, locate root 2 on number line. What is root 2? An irrational number because it cannot be written in the form of P upon Q. So for this what you have to do, let us understand it with this diagram. Under root 2, firstly you have to draw a square on any side of your notebook. Square how? Look at this figure. Here you can see O, A, B and C is a square. This square consists of sides of unit 1. 1 OA, AB is 1, BC is 1 and OC is also 1. So you can see square is having all angles 90 degree. So you can apply Pythagoras theorem. OB being the diagonal of the square, you can apply Pythagoras theorem. So Pythagoras theorem means OA square plus OB square under root is equals to OB. So kindly please write all these steps in your notebook so that you can understand it better. So OB using Pythagoras theorem comes out to be under root 2. But we have to locate under root 2 on the number line. OB is out of the number line. So what you have to do now, you place the compass on O and taking OB as radius, open the compass and with that compass cut a arc on the number line, that is at point P. So the point P will be under root 2. Is that clear? If it is not clear, then kindly rewind the video and listen properly and mention all the steps in your notebook too. So that was about under root 2 on a number line. Now coming on the second question, locate under root 3 on a number line. What you have to do for this? Look at from this example. In the previous question, you have located under root 2 on a number line. All the steps are same. As previous question, you have to draw first under root 2. For example, O, A, B, C. Firstly, you have to draw that square only. And OB is under root 2 from previous question, Pythagoras theorem. So you have to draw that. Now you all know that how can we get under root 3? Under root 3 is equals to under root 2 plus 1 square under root. So what you have to do, you have to apply Pythagoras theorem of under root 2 and 1. So what you have done here, OB is under root 2, you have drawn a perpendicular to OB, that is dB of length 1 unit. Okay, OB was given under root 2. dB you have drawn 1 centimeter. Now it is 90 degree, so obviously OD will be the hypotenuse. So you can easily find the hypotenuse applying Pythagoras theorem on triangle OBD. So if you apply a Pythagoras theorem on triangle OBD, you will get OD is equals to under root 3. Now the same steps as of question number 1. What you have to do, you have to put the compass on point 0 and open it till D. That means you have to take the radius OD, and you with the same compass you have to mark the point Q on the number line. So the point OQ, Q will be under root 3, and if you have asked under root 2, then you have to take radius OB and mark it at number line. I hope this is clear. So kindly mention all the points in your notebook and then start revising, so it will be easy for you to understand it. Okay, now that's all for today's class. Now there is a worksheet which include all the questions that we have learned in today's topic. Question number 1, you have to answer this: is 0 a rational number or irrational number, and also give a perfect reason for your answer. Question number 2, pi is rational or irrational number? You have to answer this and also justify your answer. Question number 3, you have to state either the statements are true or false. First, every whole number is a natural number. You have to state true or false with a perfect reason. Second part, every integer is a rational number, and third part, every rational number is an integer. So based on today's session, you have to solve exercise 1.1 and 1.2 in your notebook, and you go through the video, and if any doubt, kindly contact me. So that's all for today's class. I hope your concepts are clear. So in the next class we will learn about real numbers and their decimal expansions in detail. So till then, stay home, stay healthy, and thank you.